Yes people, what is good? I am BA, back once again with another reaction in the Deadwood series. This is the Season 3 finale, Episode 12, and it is called Tell Him Something Pretty. Last episode, the shit certainly hit the bonesaw. Everything went crazy from the moment that Mr. Hearst had Ellsworth killed. Cannot believe he did that. He brought in two older guys. I'm still unsure if they were just older Pinkertons or perhaps they're connected to the military or something, but these guys were there for a mission. They were basically hitmen and they shot Ellsworth dead. Mrs. Garrett was understandably distraught and everyone who thought they were in danger sought refuge in Al's place. Well, everybody except Trixie, who decided to march up to Mr. Hearst's hotel room, distract him with a titty flash and then shoot him. Unfortunately, it was not a fatal gunshot, barely even fucking put him down for a minute, and she is now in hiding at Shaughnessy's. I do not think Trixie will survive for long if she stays in this town, and I feel like she really has to leave at this point. I don't want to see her character go, but I'm saying that like there's more of this show to come. There isn't. There's a movie and then we're done, so I guess if Trixie leaves at this point, while it's bittersweet for the ending of her character arc, it's inconsequential to me missing her, because I'm going to be missing them all come 2 weeks time from now. Regardless, I cannot wait to see how they conclude Season 3, so let's do this shit. Episode 12, Tell Him Something Pretty. Let's check it out and see what it's saying to it. Given how much of a prick he's been, it's a small but good victory that his back's fucked. Enjoy your sleep on the wooden floor, you asshole.
I guess someone looking hard might could find you in there somewheres, peeking from under the covers to make a fucking threat.
Charlie Otter just fucking served him up properly.
This camp is in mortal danger. The man, Hearst, is a murderous engine.
Shit, that's even the top priority of discussion at the theatre troupe.
What? One is disposed to ask, in fuck ought a theatre man to do?
I appreciate him discussing this, but I do not think it's actually his priority to have to solve any of this. If he can solve any of it, it will be definitely him stepping above his station in life as a play organiser.
Why did you bring me here?
I don't know, child.
Yeah, it's a bit unfair just to bring her to the theatre to rant at her. She's already going through some private shit just now where she doubts herself. You've definitely added to it this morning.
It's a big point with Al, ain't it?
When he ain't lying, Al's the most honourable man you'll ever meet.
In a town like this, he's one of them. He is certainly a flawed individual, though.
Thugs we'd have had to engage could counter Mr. Hearst's thugs without having the further responsibility of defending us.
If Sophia can't understand this level of English now, she's being told some pretty heavy shit.
If we left, we wouldn't be able to see Mr. Ellsworth.
Does she still think she can see him? Mrs. Ellsworth was quite clear that he was in heaven. I don't get what Sophia meant by that. She's a kid, I'll let her off. Her whole family were slain mere meters from her. I'll let her off. Her new father figure, who came into the picture, who she had struck up a real nice bond with, was shot in the face last episode. I'll let her off.
Ready payment to the officers of Mrs. Ellsworth's bank.
We'll receive it where we can put it in her safe.
I cannot believe she's actually selling him this gold claim after all she's been through to keep it.
Have the documents witnessed as though we were all of us Jews. I hope you'll forgive my thoughtless aspersion on your race.
What a fucking racist asshole.
County-wide, I await wires from the other camps.
And as he leaves, just letting Saul know, you're not winning this election either. I've long rigged it.
I'm having a conversation you cannot hear.
And the fact he's still this bold. Please, someone just assassinate this prick.
Stopped to ask if you needed aught else.
I believe you'd already know.
Hit her a good one for me.
I will.
Jane looked a little bit dejected there. She was trying to be warm with Joni and it was Joni being a little bit cold today. These two need to figure their shit out or they'll never take over the camp.
Telling you to come in.
Of course.
I like that Farnham is in here. He swore he was going to fuck up Hearst in private rat monologue last episode, and I believe him.
May I look at the addressee?
How will you know to whom it is to be delivered if you do not?
Oh dear.
Who had he addressed that to? Farnham did not look happy.
I feared you'd be a poor campaigner and derelict in your duties here. You've held your end up, and more.
They're the two things he's good at. It's the being the actual sheriff part he needs a lot of work on.
Fuck if you saw that coming.
Steve just living out the remainder of his days getting crushed at checkers. I bet he hates it when he has to go black.
Pumper fire wagon.
120-gallon boiler.
3 brass nozzles.
What the fuck is this bad boy? It's not another giant bike, is it? I think we've seen enough of them in this show.
Where you going?
Taking him to vote for Bullock.
It's good that Steve's still useful for something.
You don't expect me to believe you didn't steam this open and reseal it for me to open again?
I didn't want to know.
What has he just sent to Al?
It's the whore he once did.
Well, yeah, we all saw this coming. We knew he would want Trixie killed.
When I hear his voice, I see the inside of his skull. Phantoms grin out at me, oozing gruesome goo.
Farnham definitely has a one-of-a-kind brain. Looking quite boring and quiet inside's place. Good to see. I hope the place fucking tanks.
I wasn't fucking dreaming. It is Joni Stubbs.
He better not come with the same attitude he had last time he spoke to her.
Stupid. This is Joni Stubbs.
Hi. What's your name, honey?
Go ahead now, Joni.
Oh my god, Cy really does rival Hearst for biggest asshole when you actually get some time to hear him talk to people.
I know you meant that for me in your way.
What?
Meant me well.
Was that really Cy's way of meaning her well? It seemed completely evil and unnecessary. I didn't see any sort of glad she's doing well for herself behind any of it. It seemed like bitterness.
What do you think all this trouble Hearst brought?
Does the girl have to drive cattle for you to eat her pussy?
Well, she tried to have a regular conversation with him. He is just incapable of it.
The fuck are you looking at?
I don't know, but I'd be happy to drop you on your fucking head if you want to see what I'm looking at upside down. Fuck.
Give me the fucking knife then. Just give me the fucking knife.
Is Al actually getting Johnny to kill Trixie? No fucking way.
Ain't you fucking clever, you deep-thinking fucking Jew?
Why bother with your boots then, Trixie, if you're going to be...
Let go of me!
No!
Let me walk out myself!
And who says romance is dead? Now Saul's just threw her out of his house though, she's just going to be walking about the streets, while there's a guy already out to stab her. This episode better not end with Trixie fucking dying. Well, that didn't take her long to change her mind. She spent 10 seconds on that street and was like, yeah, you know what, Saul ain't such a bad guy. I feel for her though, she must feel completely lost, like what the fuck does she do? Wherever she goes, Hearst will have people there.
I want to talk.
Pure conversation.
Why is he killing this woman? Is there a plan to kill this woman and pretend she was Trixie?
Everyone's got a task to hew too, Jen. You understand me?
This is basically him talking himself into doing this.
We'll talk about this later.
Doesn't surprise me he couldn't do it. He seems like a good guy.
I won't let you.
This is tense. This guy's had such a character arc. I never thought I'd see the day where he was making a stand against Al.
Make sure the whore don't leave, let Johnny cool down, then knock him the fuck out.
So one way or the other, this poor woman is going to die today. I feel bad. Even if they are using her as a decoy Trixie, I still feel bad for this random prostitute.
You gonna vote for Mr. Bullock now?
Even though he beat Mr. Farnham? Because he took you-know-who by his ear.
Of course these two are voting for Seth. Richardson and Aunt Lou are actually two of the best characters in this entire show. I love every single one of their scenes.
First you back, you gon' clean your mess up, Richardson. You hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go on.
He looks smart, ready to hit the town.
What broke out that cage? A monkey!
Oh, fuck off. Fucking shoot this guy.
They got something about niggers not waiting their turn?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, you ain't aware of it. Then I guess you want this white man voting first.
This guy is a fucking piece of shit. Instantly a worse racist than Steve.
If he don't make it, you'll be eating your spuds running till I hunt you the fuck down.
Thank fuck Charlie was there. What an absolute legend Charlie is.
Maybe you'll calm down as we walk?
Alright.
If anyone's gonna help calm down Charlie, it will be spending time with Joni. He fucking loves her.
She thinks you'll kill one of these others.
Jesus Christ.
She is 100% right. She knows Al so well.
Before you tell that loudmouth cunt, tell your fucking partner I need him here.
Don't talk about her that...
Oh, I fucking can't. Off you fucking go.
Al is problem solving today. Again though, I can't forget that they're planning on killing this innocent prostitute. It's so fucked. I'm obviously ecstatic that Trixie is hopefully not going to die. But yeah, this random woman has done nothing wrong. It's just cruel.
The bank lady took her child elsewhere to grave and I got drunk.
That's a shame. I guarantee that was just the small thing of Jane trying to be warm to Joni earlier and Joni being a bit cold with her. She was just like, fuck this, I'm going to drink.
You stood there instead looking like you just did murder.
Well, you didn't. I'd come in if you'd asked.
Bullshit!
Yeah, so this was the reason.
Did you go see Cy real quick? Did you pay a quick call on Cy? Did they stick some quick pricks in you?
This is the least likely thing I would have expected to happen if these two got together. Instant drama.
Bill Hickok's robe you got there. That's whose that is.
What a gift from Charlie. It's hard to pick like an absolute favourite in this show, but Charlie is up there for sure. I think now, honestly, season 3, Richardson might actually be my single favourite character. I fucking loved that dude.
I ain't fucking killing her that sat nights with me sick and taking slabs to her mug that was some less than fucking fair.
I understand, like, it's a difficult situation for Al. He's either killing Trixie, who he has an actual deep emotional connection with, or he figures out some way to fake this for Hearst. I would have took fucking option 3, DEFCON 1, just get Hearst instantly killed, but yeah, the repercussions of that are probably not worth it for Al at this point.
You look the sort could turn right around and drop the hammer again.
I will if it's free.
See you later, pal.
Who do you fucking take Al for? Get out of his business. Unless you have something you can offer him. Do you run a telegram service? No? Then go to fuck home. That was obviously the last room she was ever walking into.
Free liquor as them Pinkertons poured against you, Chev. Seemed like strong support for you and Star.
I thought the Pinkertons were actually going to rig the election by bringing lots of bodies into camp and all voting against them, things like that, nefariously getting votes from other people. Not just offering free booze for the vote. People would take the free booze and then still vote for who they wanted to win.
I was shot in the shoulder.
So one understood.
But the wound seems healing clean.
Jack's one of the few people that can get in this room still. If he doesn't plunge a knife into Hearst, he is missing an opportunity.
I imagine she speaks to me still. The earth. What's inside her, how to get it out.
So it isn't just a Native American phrase. He genuinely thinks he has conversations with the earth.
You're leaving us?
For the Anaconda, yes. But first, I'll have the election returns and then see the cunt who shot me dead.
As soon as he rigs the election and kills Trixie. What a piece of shit to-do list he has.
970 votes for Harry Manning, 68 votes for Mr. Bullock.
Heavy turnout among the bivouac military.
What a bunch of bullshit.
970 votes for Harry Manning, 68 votes for Mr. Bullock.
That is quite a landslide loss for Seth there. Mr. Hearst can just get absolutely anything he wants, can't he?
Put her in.
Don't I want to put my dress on her first, you fucking moron?
Trixie's going along with this. I guess she knew this is what was going to happen because she knows Al cares for her, so she's coming to terms with the fact it has happened. I hope she makes the best of this situation and uses it to lay low and continue to live her life rather than let it traumatize her that someone else's life was sacrificed for her to be able to continue living.
The deception failing?
I'll make a pass at him with my blade.
In the aftermath? Play the lie as mine.
I almost hope the plan fails just to see Al fucking stab Hearst to death. That would be an incredible end to season 3.
Come on, Johnny, you side with your feelings. Right or wrong, you side with your feelings.
I hope he sees Dan's point. None of them did any of this for evil reasons. They just loved Trixie less than they loved that other girl, and even though she was innocent, she wasn't someone they loved. So in a situation where they had no other choice, I understand. It's just still such a dark thing to have done.
I was sucked, you prick. You let me be your fucking quartermaster.
Cy is building the same sort of resentment Farnham has. This could be a great turncoatage. Cy might come out of this season a legend if he turns against Hearst.
Lifts me up to be with you.
Jesus. Oh, fuck. He stabbed him in the leg. The spot in the leg he stabbed him in can still sometimes be fatal. Cy is an absolute maniac.
Find cavalry repeaters in Sturgis.
Why, sir, then you must protest. Camp in Yankton.
Hearst knows this will make absolutely zero difference.
Mr. Newman and so many of his cohorts as he deems appropriate will precede us.
Don't mind if I go in alone.
Not at all, sir.
Well, if Al does have to reach for his knife, he is instantly fucked after he stabs him. That room is full of Pinkertons and Hearst.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, Leon.
Leon looks like he is actually dying from that wound. As I said, that's a really dangerous artery on the inside of the thigh like that.
It turns to seep.
Leon wasn't the most likeable character, but shit, he's been through a lot just to get killed like that. Good excuse to get the knife in the hand. This woman does not look like Trixie though. I think he'd have a better time recognising her if we got to see her tits and vagina. Oh, Mr. Hearst is such a fucking dick. Thank God that went off without a hitch, to be honest, because Al would have died, but Mr. Hearst is such a lowlife.
What you want done with that one?
You'll be wired instructions.
This is just so fucked. In a day, he's got control of the legal system in Deadwood, Seth is no longer sheriff, and he's just literally barking orders at everyone now. He's basically getting to the point where he's untouchable unless someone else does a Trixie and actually finishes the job on him.
I've stopped reading your paper, Merrick. I'll have my people here start another one to lie the other way.
Merrick is obviously terrified to ever print anything to do with Hearst again after getting beaten up like that, and Hearst is just going to straight up create his own newspaper as well. Of course, control the news, control the government, control the legal system. Absolutely nothing can be done to him.
You're done tipping your fucking hat. Get out of here, or I'll drag you out by the ear.
You tell him, Seth. That's a threat I believe. So infuriating to see Hearst just leave this camp without any repercussion, riding off into the sunset after seizing control of everything. He got the gold claim, he got the government, he got the police, he's getting a newspaper. I don't want this season to end with Hearst getting everything he wants. What an absolutely unhinged guy Cy is becoming. And Farnham's just been left with a hole in his wall to deal with. A little rat hole.
I was gentle as I was able, and that's the last we'll fucking speak of it, Johnny.
I believe Al. Of course he wouldn't want to make her suffer in any way.
Tell him something pretty.
That's where the thing came in. Well, at least it was not Trixie leaving or dying. Okay, and that was episode 12 of season 3 of Deadwood, the finale. Tell him something pretty, and I will be back in just a minute with my thoughts on that. So, tell him something pretty. What did I think of that? Wow, what a bittersweet way to close out the final season of this show. Thank God there is a film for me to react to next week. I might even break it up and do it over the course of 2 weeks. You know, 1 hour of the film one week and 1 hour the next. I haven't decided yet, but it might be over the course of 2 weeks. But regardless, thank God that I have that movie to watch, because if this was the way the entire thing ended, I would be furious. This episode was basically a giant W for Hearst outside of the lone fact that Trixie is still alive. But even to get that, they had to sacrifice their moral compasses and kill an innocent woman just so that she could be the doppelganger for Trixie to appease Hearst before he left. But aside from that, we got to see the elections getting rigged, Seth losing out as sheriff by an absolute landslide, and then he's already got the government under control. We saw Mrs. Garrett deciding to sign over the gold claim to him, so he's got that. And then as the icing on the cake, he also told Merrick, fuck you, I'm gonna create a competing newspaper. This episode was all about Mr. Hearst flexing his power and absorbing more more things into just the void that is Mr. Hearst's infinite wealth and ability to flex his might. He just slowly encompasses everything around him. He's like the Blob, yeah? He operates in Deadwood as an alien blob, just slowly amassing small atoms into himself and becoming an even bigger blob with even more power. That's Mr. fucking Hearst, the Blob. And I feel bad for Johnny as well. That dude started as just like some next throwaway character working behind a bar, and over the course of the last 2 seasons he's become more and more important in Al's fold, and this just shows him having a real character shift in the fact that he was standing up to Al, even willing to put his life on the line to protect that woman. But even under those conditions, Al could not take no for an answer, had Dan knock him out, tie him up, and Al went in and killed her anyway. But yeah, Johnny was a man about it. He took it on the chin. He's obviously incredibly sad, but he does understand that Al would have never have made her suffer unnecessarily, and he was only doing it because of how much he loves Trixie. And Jane again getting back on the drink just because Joni was a little bit cold with her at the schoolhouse. And Joni, having been through all the shit she's been through, was still trying to be cool and be there for her. I think that's really going to make Jane let her defences down, because she's just not used to people responding like that. She's used to people biting back. Even though Jane was kind of picking a fight, Joni quickly deflected it, calmed her down a bit, and I hope they live happily ever after. I hope when I watch this movie next week, I know there's been like a 10-year gap, I hope they are still together and prosperous in the town of Deadwood. I'm not going to do a full show summary until after the movie as well, but I have loved season 3 and I cannot wait to see how this whole thing is concluded next week with a movie. As always, if you've liked this video, click like, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, ring the bell to be notified as to when they drop. If there's anything you want to talk about, comment down below, and share this around to anyone you think might appreciate it or want to watch these reactions along with us. My Patreon link is down in the description. If you become a patron, you get access to my blog, you get access to these reactions I put on YouTube a month and a half in advance, and you also get access to full-length versions of everything I react to. So consider becoming a patron, it helps me and my channel out so much, and until next time, I have been BA, peace.